And here we are. Everybody, welcome to the inaugural hashtag Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club. And do we know who actually came up with this from our last chat a couple of weeks ago?
No.
No clue.
No.
I don't know, but I love it. So I was just like, I'm totally doing this. We're totally doing this. And so
I think the conversation had turned to woo.
Yeah.
there was a lot of woo going on in that conversation.
And it came out of that. I don't remember who said it, though.
I think it was kind of organic because you drink the coffee. So
We both drink coffee.
Yes.
that's where the coffee club came in.
Yes. Well, okay. So, Angela, what kind of tea are you drinking? I'm assuming you're drinking tea.
Yes, hibiscus.
Okay. Okay.
That's her go-to, is the hibiscus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Deb, what are you having in your cup?
I have coffee, and I'm being a good girl. I also have lemon water.
Okay.
Very good.
Very nice. I have iced coffee with milk, and I do have a lot of water. So, yeah, it's a good it's a good mug.
It is. It is. I like that one.
I do too. I like to have it during in the fall, especially if I'm using the Santa Muerte. So
Yes, and the Dia de los Muertos.
yes, let's say hi to some people.
Okay.
Hi, some people.
Hi.
Hershey's here. Hello.
Hershey. Hi, Hershey.
Hi.
Hypnicity is here.
Ethnicity.
Hershey loves the intro.
I
That's
like that one
favorite.
too.
Me too.
Yeah. So, and Tracy Ralph is here. Hello.
Hi, Tracy.
Tracy.
And all right. And I'm drinking Hershey's drinking iced coffee too.
Mm-hmm.
And Hypnicity is tangerine tea for me.
That's a good one.
Twisted Sushi, Quantum Love for All. Amanda is here.
Hey, Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Kristen Louise, who is, why are you watching YouTube? Shouldn't you be sleeping, drinking extra water? Look at
Yes.
me. I'm like telling people what to do.
Mhm.
So,
Isn't that your job?
well, not anymore. Because, I'm retired, so I just.
You're retired from telling people what to do?
Yes, I was a manager.
Well, I know, but
But you
you
still
can still practice that.
Okay. All right. And Kristen is doing much better.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Very good. Very good. So, everybody, please make sure you like and subscribe to all of the channels. And because, that helps. And when we're finished, leave a random comment to help the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, after I said that, after our last live together,
Mm-hmm.
Thomas left a comment under that said random comment to help the algorithm.
Mhm.
I like that.
I did and responded back. So
And you know that the algorithm does not read the comments.
Mm-mm.
It's only triggered by certain words, and also the number of them. So
Mm-hmm.
they don't. The algorithm doesn't care what you say, as long as you say.
as long as you say something, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. So, but yeah, so I'm watching. My setup is weird. Anyhow, all right. I'm just going to close that because I had another window open, so now I can see. So okay. So, Angela, how have you been the last couple of weeks?
I'm not sleeping a lot. I kind of like to make insomnia an Olympic sport.
Okay. Are you at the gold medal level, or are you at the
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And wow, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say to that other than that sucks.
It was an advantage when I was sailing because I was favorite crew. Everybody fought over me because I could stay up during the night for the night watch.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
No advantage.
Angela has done everything, so.
Mhm.
I'm just amazed at that too, Deb. I was like going, is it easier just to say what you haven't done?
Yeah. Okay. I haven't done things that were, well, I haven't done a lot of things that were illegal, done nothing that's immoral, unethical, things like that.
Okay. All right, we're just going to leave that right there. Deb, how are
I
you?
have done something I don't think that Angela has done. I have been employed in cemetery.
Oh, no, I haven't done that.
Really?
Yes, I did. I actually enjoyed my time in the cemetery,
Mm-hmm.
other than, the obvious. But it's very quiet.
Well, to a point, but then they're loud, right? I mean,
I I have some cemetery stories
Of course you do.
that I should probably tell. Some of them funny, yes.
I'm actually going to write that down on my notes because I'm keeping a list of topics of things we can talk about.
Mhm.
Writing in Deb cemetery stories. Wow. Okay. And let's see. Roseflower is here. Hello, Roseflower. Good to see
Hi.
you. And Tracy was agreeing that it sucks
Mm-hmm.
not being able to sleep. So.
Yep.
I've been well. Things have been good here. I added 2 extra shows this week because yesterday Kelly and I did a show, and we're doing a show, and I moved that back for afternoon when Angela is awake.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not calling you out or anything. Well, I am. So, but yeah,
Well, it's my best time of day. Let's put it that way.
it is your best time of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's checking his clock.
No, I was just like I'm like going, okay, I'm getting call. I told these 2 that I'm supposed to get a couple of deliveries today,
Yes.
and of course they're gonna arrive exactly when I'm on live. Ooh, and Peter J. Watts is here.
Yes.
Packing for the North Star Tarot Conference. I cannot wait to find out how that goes. And
Take lots of notes so you can tell us.
yes, and Julia Kusha Watts posted pictures on Facebook and Instagram of the work that she was doing while Jamie and I did our last 10 books conversation on Tuesday. So it was great. Quite lovely. So, but yeah. Okay, so this is the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club, which means we can talk about anything that we want. And if people like this and show up, we'll do more of these.
Yep.
I love it. Angela's like, yes, we will.
Decided for you.
Yes, Angela's in charge. Okay, so
Angela's channel takeover.
So, do either of you have any topics that you want to talk about before I go into my vast electronic notes that I've been keeping for the last 2 weeks?
Well, we wouldn't want to stage you.
No.
Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there? Wow. Well, okay. So one of the questions that came up while we were talking, and how do each of you get to know a new deck? And I'm not talking like attached to your house where you go outside and you sit and you around the fire pit, where you have a grill out there. But how do you get to know a new deck? A new Oracle, Tarot, Cartomancy, whatever.
Okay, when I get a new playing cards deck, I put them under my pillow for about 2 months. They stay there.
Well, you're never in bed, so is that why you keep them there for so long?
No, I'm in bed a bit, but I do go to bed at night and try to sleep, but I don't often sleep. So
Okay. So what's the benefit of sleeping with them?
they get used to your energy, you get used to theirs, because every deck has a different energy.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I've had decks under my pillow that after a couple of nights I've chucked them in the trash.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense. Do you in chat? Do you actually sleep with decks under your pillow? I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Oh, here you go. It's Angela's version of the Princess and the Pea.
Yes,
Nicely said, Peter.
absolutely.
Love that. Love that. What do you do, Deb?
I play with it. I look at all of the artwork,
Uh-huh.
and then I shuffle it, and I don't really do an interview, but what I do is I will ask questions that I already know the answer to and see how it interprets that. Sometimes I modify it,
Mm-hmm.
and that could be, writing a keyword on the card or
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
taking the border off. However, it feels like it would suit me to be able to use it,
Mm-hmm.
then I might do something like that. I never, or at least I haven't yet, modified a deck for an aesthetic reason. It's
Okay.
always been for an energy exchange.
Okay.
And so generally after I do something like that and my energy is in the deck and I have absorbed the energy from the deck, then I will start to do like some practice readings with it to see how it does and what the energy is and what kind of readings it gives.
Uh-huh.
And that's like my whole process.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Tracy Ralph said, I have never slept with a deck, but the odd crystal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen M. Hello, Kristen M. I've never slept. I have slept with decks on the bed next to me. Yeah.
Yeah, just as effective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a question from Hershey, which I've starred. Candy, Soul and Soil is here. Hello, Candy. Good to see you. Super congrats is in order. Did I miss why super?
I don't. I missed you.
And congrats in order.
Yeah, I didn't catch
But I'm good for the congratulations.
it.
And Hypnocity said my decks are in a basket on my bed. My crystals are in a bag next to them.
There you go.
And I actually I wonder how sleeping with Julie's upcoming oracle would work out. Yeah, it's 430 cards.
That's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, that's a lot of cards.
That's easily 5 or 6 decks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And Hypnocity said, I set my new decks on sage leaves for a couple of days.
That's a good one.
Yes. Well, and I know for me, I will, when I finally get a deck out and I open it up and look at it, depending upon, yes. Congratulations for Peter for being a vendor for his deck and his book. So yes, it's a dozen decks.
I see.
Oh,
Tracy Ralph sages my deck and spend a lot of time shuffling them to put my energy in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have, I've heard that sleeping with them under your pillow and stuff like that. I move around too much when I sleep, so I can't do that. But I will. I have carried them around with me like to work and in my bags and stuff like that. So, but then I do, once I open them, I will do a lot of shuffling with them. And I do like to do an interview spread just to get a sense of what it's going to be like working with the deck.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know if I haven't thrown a deck out. You know, I'm not Angela. Angela would just toss a deck out, burn it to the ground, spin it in ashes, use the ashes for black salt and all of that stuff.
Good idea.
Oh yeah, totally. I am going to be burning. A couple of decks this summer when I'm with my brothers on my boys fishing trip, because I have a couple of counterfeit decks and they just can't sit well with me. I don't, for entertainment purposes only, you do you. But I'm just like going, I don't want them. They don't feel good, so I'm getting rid of them. And I may have said it to the two of you. I will be returning to sender said energy. So,
yeah.
Okay. I will be right back because one of my packages is here.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okie doke.
Or we could talk about Gerald.
There we go. He's just too fun to mess with. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, on the throwing decks out, I do that when I'll buy vintage decks because they have a better feel to them. But sometimes they come with an energy that just never settles down.
That you can't.
Yeah.
I can see that. And when you do that, what do you do? Do you actually throw them out? Do you burn them? What do you do?
I just chuck them.
You just
I'll sage them to clear the energy, out of the house and out of them, or try to out of them. It didn't work. That's why they're going in the trash. But I sage them so that, I don't have any residuals from them, and then I just chuck them because they're pretty massively produced.
Maruda got a package too.
Oh,
yes, you did.
All right. Good timing.
And a few more people came in.
Yes.
So, Jules Niner and Kathy Porter Shell Moon.
Jennifer Ball's Witch House. Hi, Jenna. Tortoise Shell Moon. Kathy, yes. Jules Niner, good to see you.
Yes.
I sleep with a key under my key and my bear claw in pillowcase. Never thought a deck though. Maybe I should try just to see. Hey, go for it. Let us know what happens.
Yes.
Maruda got her package. And Jenna said, I don't think I've ever thrown out a deck. Well, I have heard that you were doing a review of a deck and you actually said that this was crap and you stopped the live. I do remember that one.
Is that a technical term?
Yes, it is a technical term. So, but yeah, cool. Okay. What else did I miss? What did I miss?
That was about all. We were talking about, I asked Angela what she does when she throws out a deck, and she just throws it away.
Tosses it out. Okay. You don't give it to somebody else because if it's not good enough for you, it's not good enough for anybody else.
No, see, sometimes I buy vintage decks off of eBay, and sometimes they come with nasty energy, so I just chuck them out because they're old and they're mass produced. So
yeah. Oh, Jennifer said she gifted that awful deck to someone. Yes, okay. I am also like you, Deb. I have modified decks as a way to get to know them. There's one deck in particular everybody was gaga about back in 2020, and I worked with it for a good 6 months. I modified it, trimmed it, edged it, still couldn't get with it, and I gifted it to someone. So, and it's a shame because I just couldn't get through the images.
Yeah.
I have sometimes really liked a deck that I've seen,
Mhm.
and then I try to usually buy my decks in person so I can hold them.
Sure.
And once I got it in my hand without opening it, it was not the deck for me. So sometimes I can tell just by holding it whether or not I'm going to be able to work with it.
Yeah.
And that's even decks that I really love the artwork or the creator.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and I think sometimes for me, it's just like I may not be ready for the deck. And
Mhm.
so I'll put it on a vacation,
Yeah.
and so I've
You
done
have a
that.
purgatory slot space.
I won't put it on the naughty step, because some decks, I don't know about the two of you, but sometimes a deck is just, it's like, it is brutally honest, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
you know what? I'm not handling this right now. You are not invited to my table, but you're still you're still around. I'm not getting rid of you. I'm not that mad.
Right. It hasn't insulted you to the point that you've shown at the door.
Well, yes, that's true. Jenna is still working on deck decluttering. Lisa is here. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And Jules Niner will be back. Had a
Okay.
horrible hail and
Oh, be safe.
yeah. Ooh, it was
Oh,
approved.
she's
Good.
got it. She's having an estimate, so that's already passed. The hail and windstorm was
Yeah.
last month. Okay.
Yeah. Goodness. So, do you want to see what I just got?
Sure.
Mhm.
Show and tell.
This book, with Let There Be Light by Liana Fink.
Hmm.
And this came up during the Okay, so I've been reading Hero with a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell,
Mhm.
and I've been looking for a balance to that, a complement.
Mhm.
And in particular, I wanted something that was um, going to give me more of a female perspective, female creation stories.
Mhm.
People who watch that, you heard that, but this was one that Jamie had found, and it's a hardcover.
Wow.
Nice.
Graphic novel, so, and it won a lot of awards.
Mhm.
So, and it's like, okay, and this came out in 2022. So I got that, and then because I also saw this Passing for Human by the same author,
Oh.
and this got very, very high marks in various on various lists, and I'm like, I like a good graphic novel.
Mhm.
You know, that could be good or bad. Passing for human.
It could, yes, yeah. It has cartoons. It
Yes,
does.
it does. And Linda de Gonzalez has joined us.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
nice.
Linda.
Nice.
Good to see you. Yeah. Walk away from some readings, yeah. And so that's cool. So I'm very excited about these because these are two. And I did get one of the other ones that that I had ordered, Feminine Power. This is
Mhm.
from the British Museum, and it's the City Exhibition, Feminine Power, the Divine to the Demonic. And it looks like a very well-researched book. So,
And I'd like to point out that I really appreciate Gerald's continued quest for learning things
Mhm.
aw,
and being on top of whatever's going on.
Yep.
thank you. That means a lot. I try. And ah, Mary Louise is here. Hello.
Mary Louise.
You did not see Calvin and Hobbes, although Calvin and Hobbes are quite good. So yes. Yeah, feminine power, interesting. Yeah. And so, okay. Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon said, I got Ethereal Visions Tarot, and it was the most beautiful deck I've ever seen. But when it came, it felt unbearable. Can't read with it. I can't part with it, though. Maybe I'm not ready for it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would support that. I would.
Mhm.
I'd have it hang around, and I don't know about the two of you or those of you in chat, but sometimes I get drawn to a deck for some reason, and maybe it's a growth opportunity for me,
Mhm.
and because it's going to challenge me.
Yep.
So thank you, Candy. See, I'm being good, and I'm putting up the compliment. I'm hearing
Yeah.
it. I'm hearing it. Aw, look at that. Oh, Hypnocity was like, well, maybe it was just my imagination. Maybe you just need to go find some Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, maybe that energy's speaking to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and learning new things is fun. So
Mhm.
It is.
yeah, but it was one of those things that I was feeling a need to balance the Hero with 1,000 Faces with some other with other stories.
Yeah.
And so, boy, ask this community #best chatters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Create a little stash tag for that. People came up with some wonderful, wonderful things. So that was great. Look, Pia's life is here. Woo Witchery and Coffee, Club Shenanigans. Ooh, shenanigans. Okay. We got to bring the shenanigans. So, but yeah, and I have trim decks for both aesthetic reasons as well as usability.
Mhm.
Some decks are just too big,
Yep.
and I'm like, just.
I have one deck. No, don't tell anybody this. I have one deck that I trimmed and sanded because it was so slippery that I couldn't work.
Oh, how'd that work?
It was I got the finest sandpaper I could find, and I just gave it a little like that, each card, both sides, and I can shuffle it without losing the entire deck now.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Good to know.
Hershey's so nice. Remember, do all the YouTube-y things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sanded. You've sanded. Well, and
I did.
I think there's it's either Robin Toadstool Tarot or maybe Candy Soul and Soil filing off the gilding of decks because
because it hurt to shuffle.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. I've had a deck where the gilding made them stick together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, okay, tulpas. What the heck are tulpas? TULPA. Angela, floor's yours.
Okay, they're thought forms, and they're brought about by people. They create them. One example is Slender Man. It was originally part of a show, and then like the last 2-3 years, people are seeing them Slender Man all over the place. They're thought forms that take on a life of their own.
Okay.
Okay, and you can create them accidentally, or you can create them on purpose. The problem is if you don't have them under control, they can turn on you.
Okay.
So you've got to watch what you're doing and know what you're doing.
And this is also probably why when we express gratitude and we express when we think about the things for which we're grateful, that actually helps. Because tulpas. Am I saying that right? Tulpas. They can be for any reason, or they're just out of any thoughts.
Yeah.
I created one time for protection, and it was a little flying pink elephant.
A flying pink what?
Elephant. I know, that's shocking, isn't it?
Okay.
And I created it for protection, And when I no longer needed to protect that space, I sent the energy back. And
Okay.
so if you are responsible and you know what to do with it and you don't let it just run amok, then it's an acceptable form of working,
Mm-hmm.
of
Yes.
kind of chaos magic.
Mhm.
But the ones that are created accidentally are the dangerous ones because nobody's controlling them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Pia's Life said, Deb, why wasn't it purple?
It could have been.
I love it. Kathy is like going, oh, that doggy has such a sweet face.
Thank you. That's my
name.
he thinks he's part of the group.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is.
It sounds like Tulpa is another name for egregore.
That could be, yeah. That's appropriate, yeah.
I can see that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Tracy said, I love open-minded people. We do the funniest things, always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos magic can be very powerful and
Yes.
very chaotic.
Yeah.
So, are we just talking about random topics or something in particular? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got a topic you want the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club to talk about, put it in the chat. We'll give that a
So
thought.
we will give you our opinion, and if we don't know what it is, we will do research and get back with you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, Deb just gave us homework. Thanks, Deb.
Yes. We can let Gerald do the research.
I know he never does any research.
I don't do any research. Never. I just go, okay, can we talk about card cutting? It's like trimming or
Cord
modifying
cutting.
that. So,
Oh, cord cutting, yeah.
oh, cord cutting.
Yeah.
Cord cutting. I thought it said card. I think I did a laugh and learn about cord cutting.
You did.
Oh, okay.
So it's under Magic Tool Talk. So, Angela, what do you know about cord cutting?
Well, it can be very useful when you've got somebody you need to get back away from.
Yes.
And
Yes.
especially to cut the energy. It's basically to cut the energy between two entities. It can be you and a spirit, you and another person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I wasn't smiling at what you were saying. I was smiling at a comment.
Which one?
Tony's Antoinette, Intuitive Tarot and Jewelry. Hi, Tony.
Cross stitch. How do you work magic into that mathematical tiny grid of witchery? Carefully, with thought, with clear intention, and good lighting and sharp needles.
Yes.
Yes.
But you think I'm kidding? Good
Oh,
lighting,
no.
sharp needles, clear intention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I think that cord cutting is a necessary thing sometimes. That if you want to make a clear-cut ending to a thing,
Mm-hmm.
then cord cutting is a good way to do that.
Yes, and there's lots of different ways to do that.
Yes.
There's energetic cords,
Mm-hmm.
there's physical cords, and there's some. I've seen some. I think is it Mystic Primrose on Instagram actually does some shorts
I think
about burning the cords.
Oh, I've never heard of that one, but that sounds effective.
Yeah.
so you can do it physically
Mm-hmm.
in a practical way in real life. You can do it metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it in your head. There are many ways that you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you discussed all of those ways on your
the
tool talk
yeah,
program.
yeah,
It seems
and
like you had Betsy
Chris Chow,
and
I think.
yes, I think so.
Chris Chow.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, everybody has their own methods about it.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestion is start slowly,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do something multiple times, do some research. And for me, cord cutting is, I'm no longer putting energy into this, so I am releasing that and removing the connection to it.
Yes.
And sometimes people need that physical cutting of a cord, the burning of the cord, but it's also like the return to sender approach.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yes,
no longer my energy, it's yours. I'm done with it.
yes, giving it back.
Well, see, I do that after Reiki healings too. I will do a with both hands to
Mhm.
cut the cord so that I'm not receiving their energy anymore. Because when I do Reiki, I connect with the person's energy to heal them,
Oh,
and I
yes.
don't want whatever their negative energy is. When you're sick, you've got negative energy. So, doing a healing, you've got to cut yourself off from what's there until it's healed.
Yes. Pia, I hope that does that help a little bit, Pia? Does it give you something to think about?
And Tracy makes a good point. I always try to say thank you for the lessons.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you don't want to take anything away from the cord cutting that could be harmful to your spiritual being.
Yes.
So if you're thankful for the lessons, you can be thankful for the lesson without being thankful for what happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Yes. Yes. And yes, this is the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club launch. So glad to have you here, Beth. And we're just talking about cord cutting. And Tony also said there are some excellent candle magic with string on YouTube videos. Yes.
Yes.
And Jennifer Ball's Witch House said Michelle Welch wrote Spirits Unveiled, which shows how to use cord energy for your own purposes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Pia's Life also said, I purchased a male female cord cutting kit to cut the energy from my ex. So, as my no contact didn't get renewed.
Her
Mhm.
protection order. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think that's a great thing. And
It is.
True.
you know,
And this is just me personally, when it's something that is as serious as that sounds, I sometimes do not magic with that too.
hold that thought. And Lisa said you might have to do cord cutting more than once. I think
Yes.
that's a very good thing.
Hmm.
And I think that's a very good thing. And Tracy said, I cut cords every now and then to send them or experiences back to the universe with love. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hmm.
So I did a palliative care most of my life, and I always felt like it was needed to release.
Yes.
I think this is one of those things that it's so important it's so important to Betsy and I talked about we talked about psychic hygiene and the
Mhm.
idea and clearing and cleansing. So
That's imperative.
yes, it's imperative. And just like you dust your house,
Hmm.
maybe we've all heard about it. Some of us have actually done it. Some of us haven't. But when you do that, you do that with intention, and
Mhm.
the dust comes back. And so keep doing that. And yes, we talked about bay leaves. I did talk
Yes.
about bay leaves with Betsy.
Hmm.
So, oh yes, all the info during these lives is so helpful and appreciated. Good.
Well, thank you.
And I have your question, Hypnocity, and I'm just getting caught up. Tom, Early Ritual is here. Hi, Tom. Good to see you. Getting caught up. Okay. I've got that highlighted. Deb, can you please explain knot magic?
Knot magic is putting your intention into a knot. I generally do threes, so like nine knots is an average. So you would do, I would do 3 for one set of intentions, 3 different aspects of one set of intentions, and then the next 3 to add to that the next intention that would follow up, and then a final 3, so that it's a progression. And at the end, you end up with like a witch's ladder, and I incorporate into my knots sometimes feathers or bells or whatever, bone, whatever it feels like should go there for that intention. Then I do that, and it's some fairly powerful magic if you do it. If your intention is solid and and focused, then it can be. I have protected my door from people that when they've tried to come and knock on my door would suddenly become ill and have to leave. And that is not an intention I put into that.
No.
But that's the energy repelled them.
Yes. And that's an important thing. It's just I oftentimes don't work with a specific thing. If somebody's coming, this is what's going to happen to them. My intention is if I want to keep people away, it's just like I'm keeping people away.
Yes. Yes. I don't put that kind of intention into it. Just that this is for protection. Yes. And if you don't mean me love and harmony and unity, you may not be able to come in.
Yep.
Yeah. And Tony does have a really good point. Tonight is a good night to do some cord cutting because the moon is void, of course. And it's also the new moon is tomorrow, I believe. And new moon is a great time to put things into action, what you want to have come in. So okay. Yes,
that's absolutely right. Something like that, something that you might put in a witch jar, you can also put into a witch's ladder. What Tony said.
Okay, just getting caught up. Dark moon banish or release before tomorrow's new moon. Yes, yes. And Tom is work lurking. I see witch's ladder too. It holds the intention or energy within the knots. Yes. Pia's life has done sigil work, but not knots, and I'm very interested. Yeah. Ooh, maybe that could be very interesting too. The witch's ladder. Yeah, and surprise, Hershey creates sigils. Sigils are great. Sigils, I've done that on the Magic Tool Talk. And sigils can be things that you put onto glass, like when you breathe on the glass, and then you put your sigil in there, and then it disappears from visible sight, but it's still there. Yes,
but the energy remains.
Yes. Mary Louise said, movies always depict people using voodoo dolls to hurt each other by sticking pins in them. Are voodoo dolls a real thing? The short answer is yes, they are. It's called sympathetic magic, when you're using something else to represent something else. When you're using something to represent something else. And voodoo dolls, they get a bad rap because of the movies. But I'm going to put Angela, I'm going to put you on the spot. When you're doing Reiki, you can use a doll to represent that person.
Yes, and I do. I have dolls for that.
Yeah. So it's just basically it's using, yeah, it's sympathetic magic, using something to represent someone else.
A more generic term that you may come across is poppet.
Yes.
Poppet. So that a poppet is the same thing as a voodoo doll.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be negative.
No.
No.
In fact, I would venture to say most practitioners who use poppets do not do negative energy workings with them.
Yeah. And Hershey has seen them used for blessings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very
You
true.
can make one for yourself.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, just getting caught up. And some pins and keys and old nails could be good pluses, some spiky stuff if you want to knot into some good stuff. Yes.
Yes.
And there's a lot of macrame knot videos on YouTube. And those are actually there as well. Absolutely.
And honestly, you could even do it if you were knitting or, embroidering or anything that you would do in a creative way, sewing or making things. You can incorporate those things into them.
And I want to build on that, Deb. Anytime you do anything with intention,
yes,
that is putting woo-woo into what you're doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Have you ever wondered why chicken soup works on a common cold?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why does chicken soup work on a common cold, Deb?
Because of the intention
That's right.
of mom or grandma or whoever made the soup, that it would make you better.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a matter of healing.
Yes.
And Tony, if you can link Zane's channel, that would be great, because Zane, Tarot Token Witchery, has done some great sigils.
Mm-hmm. And he's really good at it too.
He really is. And if anybody can, on my channel, there is a Magic Tool Talk playlist. Mm-hmm. So that's helpful too. And here you go. Maruda said black tourmaline is good for repelling unwanted energies.
Yes.
So, and Pia's, I love doing those with sigils, and I find that burning a piece of paper seems to help.
Mm-hmm.
Tortoiseshell moon sigils are my go-to. I find them especially powerful in incorporating the elements. And for me,
mm-hmm.
I love bay leaves. I buy a couple of pound bag of bay leaves, which,
mm-hmm.
a lot of bay leaves, people.
Yes, it is.
So anytime I'm doing any workings,
mm-hmm.
I'm writing stuff on the bay leaves, filling it with the intention and burning it. So, hi, Sherry. Good to see you.
Hi, Sherry.
Had to get some
Death's here. Did you see Aspasia Rising?
I did. Yeah, I apparently do sigil work since the beginning of my practice. Highly inspired by A.O. Spare and that whole approach.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing on glass. Yes, Hypnocity, it is. Do that. Absolutely. Okay, I'm just getting caught up. I believe that things hold energy if we believe and give it that power. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, I would support that look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And voodoo dolls, witches, and sharks all get perverted press. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And Sherry H said, yes, voodoo dolls work. It's intention of wanting to accompany. Well, and think about it. Mm-hmm. It's like there, a puppet. I've seen those stories where people have like bears mm-hmm. made, and it's like the heartbeat of the mother that's put in the bear, or something like that. Hello.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Perfect.
Everyday practical magic.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Did you get Pia's life's question?
Probably. Which one? Is anybody concerned
That, yeah,
about concerned with inviting in something negative that you don't want? That's what concerns me, actually scares me, to be honest. If it scares you, then use extra caution. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Angela's just sitting there going, say it, Gerald. Say it. Don't do it. Well, and Angela, I want you to say some more about that. I will say with that is when I'm doing magic, I want there to be excitement, and I want to feel empowered, and I also want to be cautiously optimistic. There's this, there's this idea of this is like, I know I'm doing the right thing. Maybe not.
Yeah.
A little too forceful.
There may be consequences you didn't see.
Yes.
Exactly. That's why you want to do a working with, the most benevolent outcome as your aim, as opposed to, going after somebody.
And also, whatever energy you send out into the world will come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Andrea Gavin said, thoughts create matter. Yes.
They
Yes,
Yes.
they do. Hi, Andrea.
do.
A lot of love for that stitching. I'm a knitter, and so as I'm knitting things, I am very cautious about what I'm doing while I'm knitting, because I think
And what you're thinking, yes.
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, Beth was missing for a positive reason, I believe. My daughter had a procedure while I was visiting her, and that chicken soup was being made with my heart. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Tony. There's Zane's information. And I'm imagining that is the Magic Tool Talk. Thank you, Tony. Well, okay, we'll see you back. Here you go. Pia protection circles and blocks the negative. Yes.
You can.
Make the difference.
So, and also if you're confident in your protection,
yes,
that helps.
Yeah. Learn or create a vanishing ritual, a banishing ritual that you are comfortable with, and use tools, real and visualize, that help with your protection. Yes. Yes. And it do no harm. And I will actually say some people don't add that. Some people, that's not part of their thing. It is what's important is that you're doing what's important to you.
Yeah.
And because I will actually, in any of the spells that I'm writing, it usually ends with harm to none. Something along those, because that's important to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's important to me too.
Yes. And Pia's life said, I don't ever want to cause harm or to have negativity come to me. Karma. Yeah, karma.
Exactly.
Karma. If you believe in that sort of thing. Maruta said, my package contained a beautiful Kambaba sphere and a chunky dolphin amethyst point. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, and Tony added this: favorite banish candle magic videos. Thank you. Yeah. Make sure you close your chakras.
Yes.
I've never done any witchery work or spell, not because I don't think it is a positive, but I think it is. I just haven't studied that area yet.
Tracy, I bet you have, and you just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Did you ever blow out a candle on a birthday cake?
And make a wish? Yep.
Yep.
Or wish on a star?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think what's interesting is a lot of the A lot of the superstitions or traditions that we have
Mhm.
are based in setting intentions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're really powerful.
Yes.
Cash Peters is able to draw the energy he sees while, like wine in a glass, red versus white wine, the energy forms different.
Yes, he does that. He,
Yep.
Yes, he can actually see the energy.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah.
He basically does remote viewing.
Okay. And Tracy said positive tool is what I meant to say. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's like cooking. It's like doing everything with intent.
Mhm.
And yeah, drawing on the sand.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sherry said, I'm technically not a witch, but I always include the may it do harm to none in anything manifest or put out there for healings. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And quickest way to get tied to someone for a long time is to engage in spiritual squabbling. Yeah.
Mhm.
That. Yeah. And I don't do the Wiccan thing. I add for the universe to upgrade me if I'm if not working all angles needed for whatever I'm doing. That makes sense.
Mhm.
I like that. Y'all are good. So um, yeah, anything done with intention is done in magic. And I think, oh yeah, and nursery rhymes are full
Oh, absolutely.
spell work.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Sticks and stones. Verbal
Uh-huh.
protection spell for
Mhm.
kids are taught. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. This is great. All right. I start a bunch of people and just getting caught up. Okay. We got that cord magic. Hershey asks, is there a good recommendation for residual energy other than smudging?
Oh, there's plenty. You could spray holy water. You can take your herbs that you use in smudging and put them in water.
Mm-hmm.
And spritz. Mhm.
Yes. You can use essential oils
Yes.
made from those herbs.
Mm-hmm. If you're going into a space that needs to be cleansed, you can do a banishing.
Mhm.
Just do the sweet, purify, and then um, if you, I'm a believer that nature abhors a vacuum,
Mhm.
and science
It
is real,
does.
people. So if you
Science is
remove
real.
something, you need to if refill it with something,
Mhm.
refill that space, and that's where magic is real as well. So
And Thomas Early Ritual said bells
yes,
sound in general. I was just thinking that as well. So you don't have a bell? Do you have a pot or a pan or
Mhm.
a metal bowl or anything that you can make sound on? You can use.
Well, and that's the idea at on New Year's Eve when the New Year starts. You
Mhm.
hear people, they're doing fireworks, they're going out there banging pots and
Mhm.
pans, and it's just clearing out the negativity.
Yes.
Bells,
Singing, drumming, and humming.
yep, tapping, yes.
Yes, tapping.
Oh, clapper the energy in a room for a shift, residual energy, yes.
Mhm.
I do that
Yeah,
sometimes while I'm smudging.
absolutely. The feng shui. Take a broom. Actually, you could go to the dollar store and
Yes.
get a simple broom and
Mhm.
charge it with that. This is going to be, it's a cleansing broom,
Mhm.
not just a cleaning broom. And
Yes.
Exactly. And the
yeah,
combination is pretty good.
Yes.
combination is really good. And I also store my broom bristles up,
Mhm.
so not bristles down. Um, music, singing, drumming, humming, bells,
Yes.
essential oils work.
Yes.
Um, not sure about water, but we'll try some oils and sound. Yes. Drums, absolutely. Clapping,
Again, it's intention. The
Mhm.
tool isn't as important as the intention.
Yep.
yes. Oh, yeah. And Jenna said, rearrange the room.
Yes.
Rearrange the room. And I have bells hanging from both front and back door. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Carve some sigils into the handle for cleansing. I think sigils. Yes, I got it.
So I do what Tony says there, smudge with 2 herbs, one to clear the energy and one to replace the energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sweetgrass is really good for that, to bring in the good energy after you've done a cleansing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, and I also, because in rituals, I will use earth and water. So I will put salt in water, and it's a way to cleanse the space. And when I'm done with the circle cast,
Mhm.
I will actually pour that water over the threshold
Uh-huh.
as a form of protection.
And
So
salt is excellent once you clear the energy
Mhm.
to seal the space.
yes, yes, yes on the sweet grass. Oh, I'm in awe of all the woo-woo wisdom here. Woo! Um, and they handle better with the bristles up. Yes.
Mhm.
Kisses to Monkey.
Uh-uh. Thank you, Beth.
And Tracy's back. Yes. So
We didn't talk too much while you were gone.
no.
She asked that we not. We tried.
Still might want to go back and listen.
Wow. Wow. You still might want to go back and listen. Just saying. So, and yeah, Pia, bells on my purse, house keys, car keys, doors, windows, trees, love them everywhere. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Take a sea salt bath. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay, I'm going to get through them. I'm going to get through. Okay.
Mhm.
Hope that helps. Yeah, excellent candle magic.
Mhm.
Try to say thank you. I asked one question: is this my karma or theirs when doing cord cutting?
Mhm.
Yes.
And I think that's courageous, because sometimes if it's yours, there's it can be a hard lesson to learn. But if you show up
Mhm.
and you're willing to look at it, it's like, okay, I mean, I get it, I'm working at it. Okay.
I
So
think we got most of the
okay, thank you.
questions and
Just got some
comments.
new salts, I'll try that too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And my thing is that when you're using salt, um my practice, I don't salt the earth.
Mhm.
I do other things if I need to put some boundaries around a place. Cornmeal works, flour can work. You can put some other crushed herbs with it, ashes from incense. So um, in practice yesterday, Andrea said, in practice yesterday, the person I was partnered with asked about a bell. At that point, there was a chime sound from my outdoor chimes, except it was only one chime sound. They have to ring from two. Ah, interesting. Oh, and Hypnocity said, if I'm triggered, it's mine. So, I understand that. Wow. For the first hour and 4 minutes of Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club, this was really pretty powerful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. What do you want to do this? Do the two of you want to do this again
Oh
sometime?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Angela's like, yes, yes.
Mhm.
We will be doing this again, people. Stay
Mhm.
tuned. Like and subscribe. It'll happen.
Absolutely.
It'll happen. So this has been great. Um, so yeah, it has been a good conversation. Ooh, cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of those powerful herbs.
Oh,
Um, can bring in heat. It's good for, oh, here. Cinnamon is very good for digestion, balances blood sugar. It brings heat and energy to where it's needed, adds a little spice. Just saying. So, and yeah, good times. Yeah, we had a good laugh. You know that the second chime rang, stay quiet. Sounded like a bell. Love that. Please do this again. Yes, and thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I burned cinnamon to cleanse my sacred space. Yes. Yes. Okay. Does anyone blow cinnamon in the front door the first of each month for prosperity?
Yeah.
I don't, but I've heard of doing that.
You do it, Angela?
Hmm.
So you blow it into the front door?
Yes.
Okay.
Take it on your hand and you just blow it in.
Nice. Nice. Oh, and apparently it gets rid of ants.
That too.
No. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So that's a first of the month, or is it
Or once a month.
once a month thing? Would you do it on a full moon or a new moon?
Yeah. If you have a regular schedule of doing your workings on the full and the new moon, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And with cord cutting, it's very important to remove the hook.
Yes.
Don't just cut. Yeah. Yeah. Remove it and then return to sender. Yes. Angela, do you stand outside the door or inside?
Outside.
Okay.
Because I want the energy to come in the door.
Sure. That's good. I like that. All right. Anything the two of you want to tell people about?
No.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Sun Psychic Jean's channel with someone named Tarot Stash.
What? Love that. Love that. Okay. Pia's Life asks, remove the hook. I don't understand. So the idea of is if you it's like when you're healing, you need to remove what is infecting, causing the infection. So if by the hook, and help me out here, Deb, Angela, it's like if there's a splinter and you're just treating the infection, but you're not removing the splinter, the infection will come back. So you need to go in there and remove the splinter, remove the hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever is connecting you to the thing or the person.
And sometimes you may work between two people to remove the hooks. If you're doing a cord cutting between you and a person and you want it to be mutual, you remove the hook from each other because you have energy connected between each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. So it's like when you pull a fish out of the water, you have to take the hook out of its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or you should take the hook out of its mouth.
Yeah. Does that help, Pia? You have to remove what it is that's attached to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Causing the attachment. It is on Sun Psychic James channel. I will be posting it on my community tab.
And I will too if I remember.
I'll remind you, Deb.
Thank you.
No. Yeah, gangrene. Oh, thank you for explaining. I want to do things correctly. Well, we want you to do things correctly as well. And just remember, when you don't do them correctly, that's oftentimes when you get big lessons.
Yes. And when you find out what the consequences are.
Yeah. So, exactly. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Angela, you got, where are you the next week? Are you doing
Next
anything?
week, I'm going to be trying to sleep.
Okay. Okay. I'm with Sun Psychic Jean tomorrow and Deb. Terry Renner from Terry at Holding Your Space is on my channel Monday. Sun Psychic Jean is on my channel for Casual on
Mhm.
Tuesday, and that's a half an hour later, so that's 4:30 Eastern. And so Astrological Tarot is here. Hello, Michelle Marie.
And then Tuesday, I am going to be on Heather Indigo Jaguar's channel.
Excellent.
And shortly after that, I will be on my channel with Thayer.
Mhm.
Oh yes, that's at 7:30 Eastern.
7
6:30.
Eastern.
7. Sorry, I'm on the half hour thing. So
And I'm terrible with time, so that's why I never say.
and Pia, Tony has put something in there for you. Use this for Pia. Use this first. I don't know what that is. It's Tony, so boom. So, it should help with the fears. With fears, cool. Lots to tune into. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Angela. Thanks, Deb. And, this is the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club. So we'll be doing this again. Maybe it'll be on my channel. Maybe it'll be on Angela's. Maybe it'll be on Deb's. But, I did create a Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club playlist in my on my channel.
So you had high hopes for this concept.
I did have very high hopes, and I figured with Angela and Deb involved, I was just going to come along for the ride.
So
just
Mhm.
knew it was going to happen. So, all right, thanks everybody. Bye.